This is the video tutorial on our May monthly sew-along, the Crazy Patchwork Runner. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to make block 3 and also how to assemble the runner. I hope you enjoy it.
Once you've hooped up your cutaway stabilizer and loaded your design onto your machine, let's place batting 1 on top of the hoop and stitch it down. After the batting stitched down, we will remove the hoop and trim the batting about 1 to 2 millimeters from the stitching. Moving on to step 2, we are stitching the placement line for fabric A. Next, we'll place fabric A right side up on top of the hoop, covering the placement line, and we'll stitch that down. We'll remove the hoop from the machine and trim the fabric about 1 to 2 millimeters from the stitching. As shown here, we leave the excess in the seams. Next, in steps 4 and 5, we'll embroider the detail in the corner. We'll stitch the placement line for fabric B. Using the bottom diagonal stitching on the placement line, place fabric B on top of the hoop, wrong side up, with a 1/4 inch crossing over the placement line, and we'll have the excess pointing towards the bottom of the hoop. Stitch this down. Step 8, fold fabric B over, hold it taut, and if you desire, finger press it to make the line crispier, and we'll stitch fabric B down. Once again, we'll trim the fabric and leave the rest in the seams. Then, we'll embroider the motif on fabric B. Step 10, we'll embroider the motif along the seam between fabrics A and B. Then, we'll stitch the placement line for fabric C. Just like fabric B, we are placing fabric C on top of the hoop, wrong side up, with a 1/4 inch crossing over the bottom diagonal stitching of the placement line, and your excess will point towards the bottom of the hoop. Then, stitch down. After that, we will fold fabric C over, hold it taut, and finger press it if desired, and then stitch it down. And no trimming required this time. Step 14, we'll embroider the motif along the seam between fabrics A and C. Step 15, stitch the placement line for fabric D. Step 16, we'll place fabric D on top of the hoop, wrong side up, with a 1/4 inch crossing over the top diagonal stitching of the placement line, and have your excess pointing towards the top of the hoop, and then stitch it down. And again, step 17, fold fabric D over, hold it taut, finger press, and then stitch it down. In the video, Alyssa has used a piece of scrap, so she trimmed that to keep it neat, but that's not strictly necessary because we'll do that in the end anyway. Steps 18 and 19, we'll embroider the motif and flowers on fabric D. Then, steps 20 and 21 will repeat the applique process with fabric E. We'll first stitch the placement line for fabric E, then we'll place fabric E right side up on top of the hoop covering the placement line and stitch it down, and then we'll trim around fabric E. Next, we'll embroider the flowers on fabric E. Step 28. Embroider the satin stitch around fabric E. After that, embroider the two motifs around the satin stitch. Finally, steps 31 and 32 will embroider the motif and flowers on fabric C. Once the embroidery is done, you can now remove your block from your hoop and then trim the seams to about 1/2 inch. Once you've made all your blocks, you can now decide on a layout. When you're happy with your layout, we'll place the first 2 blocks right sides together. Pin the seams together and we'll move to our sewing machine. You'll stitch just inside the outer border line that's already stitched on the blocks. Make sure everything lines up. We'll continue joining the other blocks in the same way. Then we'll open the seam and iron the seam flat. If you've used materials such as cork, leather or vinyl in your blocks, please use a pressing cloth over those materials, like shown on the video. Continue ironing the other block's seams open. When you're ready, you can place the first 2 rows right sides together and we'll join them. Pin your seams together and we'll move to the sewing machine. Again, you're stitching just inside the border, making sure that everything lines up. Once the rows are stitched together, iron the stitch seams open. In the video, we only showed joining the first 2 rows together, but you will continue doing this until all your rows are joined. When you're ready, place your backing fabric on your table with the wrong side facing up. Then, pop your runner on top of the backing fabric with the wrong sides together. Pin them together, or, like in the video, we've chosen to spray them together with 505. In the video, we're using a piece of cardboard to protect surfaces outside of the spraying area. After that, take your runner to the sewing machine and stitch in the ditch. We're doing this to keep the layers sitting flat. We chose to stitch in a ditch for all seams. In the video, the horizontal and first 3 seams were shown. For your own runner, you can pick and choose which central seams to stitch down. Next, we'll trim the excess backing so that it is exactly 1 1/4 inch bigger than the runner. This extra fabric will be used as the binding. Let's bring our runner to the ironing station. Start wherever you like. We'll fold the backing fabric in half, then half again. Make sure the second fold covers the seam stitching of your block, and then we'll clip or pin the binding in place. When you get to the corner, fold your binding in at the corner and fold the same way as we did in the beginning. This will make a mitered corner. Please refer to the images and instructions if you're new to this. We'll continue ironing and pinning around the runner. When you're ready, take your runner to your sewing machine. Make sure your bobbin thread matches your backing fabric. Then, we'll sew the binding to the runner, stitching just inside the folded edge of the binding. When you reach the corner, leave your needle down, lift the foot, and rotate your runner. Once you're happy with the placement, put your foot down and continue stitching all around the runner until you reach your starting point. Hooray! You've made your very own Crazy Patchwork Runner. Press your runner as a final step and enjoy!
Thank you for watching our video tutorial. We hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful for making your own runner. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to head over to swpea.com.